Over the past, let's face it, over the past few years, family adventure films have taken a hit towards their reputation. A lot of the stuff that gets released into cinemas are simple cash grabs with little to no unique charm that makes them stand out among the crowd. Gone were the days of hidden gems such as the Journey film series or the National Treasure series. It seems as if the adventure genre just no longer has a place in the throne of films for the foreseeable future. That was until Jumanji came along. The Jumanji remake was a pleasant little surprise that showed itself up at almost perfect timing. The film is an example of how an adventure movie can be both entertaining and amazing while not having to resort to the cheap cash grabby tactics that most adventure family films rely on nowadays. Jumanji was a film that came out in 2017. It was overlooked by most cinema goers because of the fact that, on the surface, it was yet another previously established series that was being revived for the sake of gaining cheap nostalgia from diehard fans. People were afraid that the film wasn't going to offer anything new to the table and that it was just being remade as an attempt to appeal to the older audiences. I'm looking at you, Disney. I'll be honest by saying that I too thought that the film was going to turn out the same way as every other generic Disney re release that gets spat out every year. Unexpectedly, though, Jumanji turned out to be one of the better films I've had the pleasure of viewing in 2017. The writing, characters, and storyline were acceptable enough as far as adventure films go, and the acting was by far the best part of the film. This film proved to everyone that a revived series doesn't always mean a bad thing, and that with the right amount of effort and passion, even a series as forgotten as Jumanji can turn out good. Jumanji gets its characters right. The film has some of the most charming characters I've seen in a while. Each of these characters have their own unique quirks and distinctive personality traits that makes them lovable. While most of the characters don't really bring anything new, following the templates of the nerdy unpopular guy, the popular school jock, the popular girl, and the quiet outcast girl, it's what the story managed to do with these characters that make them unique. In Jumanji, four students from high school are sucked into a game where each of their avatars end up embodying the exact opposites of their features and personalities in real life. The nerdy, unpopular guy, Spencer, ends up in the body of one Smolder Bravestone, played by Dwayne Johnson, a strong adventurer with an unfaltering sense of bravery and literally no weaknesses. His stats say so. The jock, nicknamed Fridge, ends up in the body of Moose Finbar, played by Kevin Hart, a zoologist with below average physical prowess and even lower stats, complete with many weaknesses. Martha, the quiet girl, ends up as Ruby Roundhouse, a martial arts commando expert, while Bethany, the popular girl, becomes Shelley Oberon, a slightly obese navigator portrayed by Jack Black. The entire purpose of this character placement is to mold these characters into something new and or change their respective personalities. We all know the generic and cliched templates of the nerd or the jock, so the film attempts to mend this by placing them into personas that completely defy their previous character traits. The film does a great job at character development by forcing these characters to work together in order to finish Jumanji and get out of the game, and there's a strong emphasis on the term getting out of your comfort zone. Over the course of the film, the characters begin to realize just how important teamwork is to their fight to survive. The characters begin to shape into their opposite avatars, and we start to see changes in their personalities that help them to grow in real life. Spencer becomes more confident, Fridge becomes more humbled and understanding, Martha also becomes more confident, and Bethany learns to bond with her teammates and eventually establish a friendship with Martha. By the end of the film, our quartet of characters have come to realize that they can do anything through teamwork, and they eventually succeed in finishing Jumanji and getting out of the game. This is where I feel Jumanji succeeds when it comes to characters. The film has some of the best character development, at least on adventure family film level, that I've seen. Despite being a revival, the filmmakers have shown that something doesn't have to be new in order to be fresh. Jumanji is a good film, and I'd recommend this film over any live action Disney remakes any day. So that is the end of my first video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little review I've had of some of Jumanji's characters. This is my first video, so I know my techniques aren't the best. I do welcome criticism in the comments because I'm going to try to improve as I go along. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.